Bungalow number 17. This story is about three friends. Strange names are Vikram, Sunil and John, who come to Mumbai city to work. Three childhood friends, dreaming of doing something, wander from pillar to post to find their place in this crowded place. They don't see any way out. Sunil and Vikram, who were college students living in their small village, never imagined that they would have to endure so much pain to achieve success. Meanwhile, John is already working in his father's business. Had struggled, because of which he had become used to all these things. John knew very well that success would not come so easily, because he had seen his father working hard day and night. That's why all three started wandering since morning. It's evening while wandering, but they could neither find a job nor a place to live. All three dejectedly eat dinner in a small hotel. In fact, they don't even have much money. That's just my arrangement for a day or two. They had prepared and left. They thought that as soon as they arrived, a miracle would happen to them and they would get a job. All three reach near a building. After some time, everyone sits near the gate of the building. An hour or two pass sitting there. Then the watchman of the building notices them and scolds them in a loud voice, saying, "Who are you guys? Why are you sitting here?" The three strangers do not recognize anyone in the city, nor do they have any whereabouts. All three quickly stand at their places and tell their story to the watchman. Seeing the condition of the three, the watchman feels pity for them. He realizes that a few years ago he had come to ask for work in the same way. Then someone supported him. And today at least he is able to survive with small jobs in such a big city. John is the least intelligent of the three. He tells the watchman about the arrangement of staying somewhere because he knows that right now they are not in a condition to pay the rent, so why would anyone give them a room on rent? Then the watchman talks on the phone to one of his friends, who works as a cleaner in bungalow number 17, a short distance away. The watchman tells everything to his friend. Then his friend says that my sir has gone out with his family for 2 months. Till then I can make arrangements to stay. Hearing this, the three friends become very happy, and they quickly ask the watchman, "Please tell us how we can reach them." The watchman says, "That bungalow is a little far away. There will not be any taxi auto available there at night. You all sleep here today. We will go together tomorrow morning." All three agree to his request. As soon as they wake up in the morning, all three reach the bungalow with the watchman. The three friends are stunned to see the beauty of the bungalow. They couldn't believe that they would get a chance to live in such a nice bungalow. The bungalow servant takes the three friends to the guest room. The three friends reach the room and heave a sigh of relief. All three quickly take a bath, get ready, and go out in search of work. Now a place to stay had been found. Was looking only for good work, so that they can survive, but the same thing happens to them even today. Morning turns to evening, but all three return to their places dejected. Servant of all three makes arrangements for food, due to which they get a lot of relief. Today is the first night in the bungalow for the three friends. Bikram suddenly wakes up at 12 o'clock in the night. And he finds himself in the basement of the bungalow, where old items were collected and kept. He doesn't understand how he got here and calls out to his friends in panic. But no one hears anything. Then everything stops being heard in his ears, and only the sound of a woman crying is heard. Vikram asks, shouting, "Where are you? Why are you crying?" The next moment Bikram is in his bed. He becomes drenched in sweat out of fear, waking up his friends. Both Sunil and John make fun of him, and say that you must have seen a dream. There is no one else in this bungalow except us. And Vikram too, believing his friends, ignores the incident as a bad dream and goes to sleep. As soon as they wake up in the morning, the three friends get ready again and set out to find work, but as soon as they come out of the bungalow gate, suddenly a woman comes and gives a letter to Bikram, in which it is written, "If you go to this address, you will get work," and the woman suddenly runs away and disappears from their sight. All three friends fall into the trap of thinking that we need work. How does this woman know this? But all three require a lot of work. They think God must have sent someone to help them. And all three move forward in the same direction, where the address is written in that paper. As soon as they reach here, they see a very big building. Actually, it is a very big company, and all three reach the gate of the company and show the letter to the security guard there. The security guard sends the letter to the appointment department. And as soon as the manager receives that letter, it has the signature of its owner. He asks all three of them, "How do you know our boss?" Then Bikram replies and says, "I am a friend of your boss." Now the manager has no option but to not give them work. The signature of the owner of this company, which was present on that letter, of the company. The owners were on a 7-day trip visiting foreign companies and had no contact with them during that time, so the manager hired all three of them and took them with him to work. Took to show the place, but Bikram suddenly turns towards another path and he reaches directly in front of the boss's chamber and opens the door lock with the password. The company manager is surprised to see this. He cannot believe that the password is known only to the owner of the company. How did he know it? Now the manager starts considering him as a special person. He becomes completely sure that this person has been sent by the boss, and he allows him to go inside without any hesitation. John and Sunil are unable to understand after seeing all this.
How does Bikram know all this? Then suddenly Bikram asks everyone to go out of the boss's chamber and closes the door of the chamber. After a few hours, the manager gets a call from the boss, and the boss asks the manager.
Someone had used it. Then the manager tells the whole story. The boss angrily tells the manager, "Go quickly and stop him, otherwise I will be ruined." And as the manager opens the chamber door, he sees Bikram lying unconscious. The manager asks his security personnel to lift him up and makes him sit back on the chair. Then Bikram regains consciousness and the manager angrily asks Bikram, "What did you do?" "My boss is very angry." But Bikram doesn't remember anything. How did he come here from the gate of his bungalow? Actually, that bungalow previously belonged to the same boss, and the boss had bought the bungalow for a girl in his office, and sometimes he once lived with someone who worked in his company. The boss was already married, and he knew very well that one day the girl would become a threat to him. So he records her private obscene video, and one day when the girl comes to know about this, while taunting both of them, the girl gets injured on her head and dies. The boss buries the girl in the garden of the bungalow itself, and with the girl's death his secret gets buried. But when our three friends come to that bungalow, Bikram, while roaming in garden, he places his foot on that place where that girl was buried, due to which that girl gets direct contact with Bikram. She enters inside Bikram. She manages to control him and enters the office to take revenge and makes the boss's evil deeds viral on the internet. Boss arrested from abroad goes. His dark secret gets exposed in front of everyone, and he gets exposed. That girl had taken her revenge even after her death. Now maybe her soul may find peace. Will go. The three friends forget the bungalow as a nightmare, and this painful ghost story comes to an end.